Once upon a time, in Storybook Ending, Margie, Tabs, and Viola made it to the forest of Fox Jumps with Annabella, but Orion was nowhere to be found. After learning that multiple days had passed in the real world, the speakers followed Eagle to the 150-year celebration, where someone was disguised as Margie, insulting people and ruining her reputation. Margie immediately defended herself and her town from the slander, while Viola and Tabs figured out that the imposter was the wolf in sheep's clothing of Aesop's fables. Tabs read the end of that fable and the wolf disappeared. The mayor of Fox Jumps then came on stage and announced he was stepping down from office, effective immediately, and John Noble announced his candidacy for mayor. Hello and welcome to Storybook Ending. My name is Loxley, I'm your keeper of stories, and I use they/their or they/them pronouns. With me today is Addie.
Hi, I'm Addie. I play the character Margie, and we both use she/her pronouns.
I also have Danny with us.
Hi, my name is Danny. I use she/her pronouns, and I'm playing Viola Thomas, who also uses she/her pronouns.
And lastly, we have Killian.
Hi, I'm Killian. I use they/them pronouns, and I play Tabitha, who uses he/they pronouns.
We pick up right where we left off. Things are chaotic in the 150-year celebration of the founding of Fox Jumps. The mayor has just resigned, effective immediately, and the only known candidate for the mayoral race is one John Noble. This is just the cherry on top of the everyone finding out about magic Sunday, of course. And the fact that all of you have only been seen in short, brief moments in the last few days in which you went out of your way to hurt people. What do each of you do? Pretty much all the NPCs in town are nearby, so if you want to go talk to anyone, you may.
Oh, Viola's going to do something stupid.
Oh boy.
Margie's gonna announce her candidacy for mayor.
Oh my god! Yes! Okay.
What was Viola gonna do?
As soon as John Noble finished his sentence, Margie goes, "And so am I!"
I was really hoping that would be the case. I didn't think you were going to be so quick on the draw, though. Oh, I love it. Viola.
Well, Viola's not going to take votes away from Margie, so she'll change her mind.
Oh, you were going to...
Yep.
Everyone wants to be mayor.
I was gonna joke that we were all gonna do it except Tabs.
We're not going to let John Noble run unopposed.
Okay. The town is already in so much, to use a word recently used off mic, pandemonium. But yeah, everyone is like clamoring and shouting and fighting now. Tabs, I think Tom is standing next to you and he kind of looks at the stage and then back at you and then back at the stage. He says, "You told me to think of something more realistic, right? Something more real."
What?
"I'm also nominating myself for the mayoral candidacy, or whatever," says Tom.
Tom, what?
No,
Where is this coming from?
You said art was some unrealistic bullshit, so I'm gonna run for mayor. How about that?
I never said that.
Wait. Does Margie hear this? Well, not the whole thing. Does Margie hear Tom announce his candidacy?
Yes, I think he shouts it over the crowd.
Okay. Margie straightens up the microphone and she says, Tom, you're running for mayor? What about your art? It's beautiful. I thought you were going to stick with that.
Sorry, you said she is or isn't saying this into the mic?
Oh, she is.
Oh my god. Okay. Tom looks a little embarrassed and he kind of shies away a little bit, but then he gains some resolve. And he says back to you, the crowd is kind of quieting down. People are wondering, like, hey, should I also volunteer to run for mayor? It seems like it's kind of in now. But Tom just says, my parents always said that the art wasn't enough. And if John Noble is running for mayor, then so am I.
And Margie kind of answers, well, first of all, are those your parents over there, Tom? I might as well just speak to them directly.
Yeah, I think Margie, you've lived in this town for what, like 30 years? You definitely know them. You know his mother Rebecca and his father Gary, the Atlas family. They are just your super average, like, suburbanite couple. Very, very mundane, very average.
Okay, they're Rebecca and Gary. I will say something, but first I need to... Oh, okay. There is a vice mayor position, also known as a deputy mayor. Okay. So Margie kind of speaks into the microphone here and says, Gary, Rebecca, first of all, don't you ever belittle Tom's talents, all right? He is a wonderful artist, and you know what? That is also going to be part of my campaign, Tom, if you come up here with me. Let's partner up, okay? Because we can be a mayor, you can be my deputy mayor. And that is one thing I would like to add to my platform, is that more art and more murals be up on display in Fox Jumps, because it's about time we embrace the beauty of this town. Unlike John Noble, he likes to paint all over everything with brutalist gray.
Oh boy. Okay, I'm going to have you roll, and I will be keeping track of this over the next arc. I will have you roll a check and see how many successes you get. I think to start with, it'll just be an average difficulty of 4. Just to sort of see your sway over the crowd, over the sort of, what's the word? Constituency.
Mm-hmm.
I want y'all to know, I know so little about local politics. I'm really going to be winging this shit.
Yeah, I just looked up if there can be a vice mayor, so.
Okay, what are you rolling with?
Renown.
That makes sense.
6.
Nice. Okay, yeah. I think John Noble is going to take this moment to also speak up. And you're hogging the mic, so he doesn't get to have that. And it's not like asking you for the mic is going to do much of anything. So I think he's going to speak up over the crowd. And he says, people of Fox Jumps, as you know, I have served this town for many years. I was born here, unlike certain outsiders, and he kind of eyes Margie. He says, I have been a faithful and loyal servant of this town. I house many of you. I employ a few of you. I think I would be a much more reasonable mayor for this town. I actually have experience in leading, unlike Margie, who only leads her business into the ground. He will be rolling Renown as well to see how many successes he gets. He got 2 6s and a 5. Cool. My rolls have been on fire tonight, and I'm not sure how to feel about it. Now that we have those rolls out of the way, we all know that Margie is a beloved fixture in the town. However, even if she kind of disproved it, the previous scene with the wolf left a bad taste in everyone's mouth. And while she does convince a few people and kind of get people on her side, she's also offering to make the town delinquent who causes a lot of problems and mischief into her vice mayor. John Noble is not a good person, but he is very stable. So I think a lot of people are starting to lean more towards him than towards her. That being said, this will be not a candidacy which is chosen in a day. So you will have time to sort of work on convincing people and building up your platform and whatnot, and also potentially sabotaging John Nobles.
Excellent.
For now, what do the three of you do as, again, things are just sort of chaotic here? Do you keep campaigning, I guess, on this newly found platform, or are you going to figure out what's happened since you left? What's kind of the plan here, everyone?
Margie's gonna do both. Because she's like sure that the town wants answers from her, and she also wants answers from the town because what did happen? So she's gonna, assuming that there's like a chair nearby, she's gonna sit on that platform and do like a little Q&A with the townsfolk.
Okay.
Amazing.
Okay, before we get into that, Tabitha and Viola.
Viola was going to go over to Samantha Youst and
Okay.
just sort of hesitantly ask, did I do anything stupid while I wasn't myself?
You sure did.
Oh dear.
Is there some sort of magical explanation for why you went out of your way to hurt my ex-husband? Or was that just for fun?
Oh dear. Well, given that I don't know what you're talking about, I'm going to say it was a magical explanation. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
What did I do?
You asked him out on a date, and then when he came to the date, you crushed his heart into little pieces.
Huh.
And I want to be very clear, I'm not jealous, but I do still care about the man, and what you did was not okay. What someone did in your name was not okay.
No, absolutely not. I will speak with him and see if I can't smooth things over a bit.
Yeah, that's
Why he would agree? Well, no, I understand why he would agree, but why he would believe that I would ask him out after rejecting him for, well, how long have you been divorced?
her expression kind of sours at that, and she said, yeah, the whole why would you believe that thing is what you said before, too.
Oh dear, that's quite terrible. I apologize. Um,
I'm not the one you need to apologize to.
True enough, true enough. And she will take a deep breath and go find Edward.
I think as you turn away, Samantha does kind of grab your wrist and say, "Ah, I should probably tell you, since you don't seem to remember any of this, you did post a video about putting cow shit in John Noble's car,
Oh, goodness.
and it kind of went semi-viral around town."
Well, I am not going to apologize for the shit in John Noble's car, because even though I didn't do it, I don't entirely disapprove. Where did I even post that?
Just to be clear, because this happened like in episode 5, you did say that is what you were going to do. And it was kind of implied that off screen you did either do that or pay Tom to do that.
She would absolutely have paid Tom to do that rather than doing it herself.
Yeah. Would you rather the wolf said that Tom did it for you and get him in trouble too?
No.
Oh no.
No, but technically she didn't do it, so she can deny it.
Okay. Okay. No, sure, fair enough. Yeah,
I didn't do it, but I approve of it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, she just kind of shrugs her shoulders and lets go of your wrist and says, Fair enough, I guess. I can't say he didn't deserve it, but just try not to get Tom in too much trouble. He's been really down since Tabs. Speaking of, we're going to cut over to Tabitha. Margie has just announced her run for mayor, and so has Tom, and then gotten kind of co-opted into, what was it, vice mayor? Deputy mayor?
Deputy mayor.
Yeah. Tabs, what are you doing as Tom is kind of now looking away from you, at Margie?
Going to try to get his attention, maybe like tap his arm or something, to wanting to bring him aside to talk. Tom, could we have a moment?
I thought we could have, but sure, what? And he will follow you to the side.
What exactly did I say to you?
You said that I should stop making art, that it wasn't realistic.
I would have.
And Tabs, I thought you were different. I thought you actually saw what I was trying to do. Unlike my parents, unlike John Noble, unlike so many people in this town, and then you just...
Tom, I do. I've seen what you can do. I would never say something like that.
So what do you want me to believe? It was just some evil twin?
I haven't been here for several days now. I was with Margie and Viola and Orion within stories. Within fables. We were sucked into a book and Annabella was there. We helped get her out and now that's why she's here.
He looks around and says, I don't see Annabella. And you realize that indeed she is nowhere to be seen.
She was here.
Right, because you got sucked into fables.
Yes. You can ask either of them. I don't know where Orion is either, but Viola and Margie were both with me.
I'm gonna have you roll a check to see if you can get through to Tom and sort of show him that you are speaking the truth, albeit a very strange truth. What would you like to roll here?
I guess reason makes the most sense. I have 2 of those.
Alrighty, yeah. Go ahead and roll your reason.
Oh god.
Damn! Okay. That is 2 sixes. He kind of studies your face, your expression, as you earnestly insist that, like, your explanation is very unbelievable and strange, but you seem to very clearly mean it. And he just kind of stands there for a second and he says, it wasn't you?
I would have never said something like that to you, Tom.
Then who did?
I have an idea, but I don't... It's a... Tabs kind of trails off, seeming a little bit at a loss for words, stopping himself short of being like, yeah, I'm the fox, and I know that guy.
I know that guy. I used to work with him. He's a real asshole.
Literally. Yeah, exactly. And kind of glances away, not really sure exactly where to go from here.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, just know that it wasn't me. I would never say something like that to you. I don't know why they would say something like that to you.
Yeah, well...
But it isn't true.
He does seem very comforted by that. Still hurt, but not so much directed at you. And he says, yeah, there's been a lot of that going around. Hello, and thank you for listening to Storybook Ending. We appreciate everyone who listens and would love if you'd leave a rating and review. You don't have to, but if you do, then John Noble probably won't run for mayor of your town, so consider it. You can also share the show with people you know. Word of mouth is the best way to spread news of the shows you enjoy. And while you're at it, join us on The Actual Place, It's a Discord server with a ton of great actual play shows, creators, and fans, where you can chat with the cast and other fans of Storybook Ending. On a slightly more serious note, you may have noticed that Orion has been absent from the last couple of episodes. We're about to see why in the fiction, but above table, Grimm has left the show. I want to thank Grimm for being with us for so long and dedicating their time and energy to the story, and wish him luck on his future endeavors. We're also going to be taking a short break from releasing episodes. We managed to get through the holiday season without missing a release, but it finally caught up with us, so there will be at least a couple of weeks before the next episode releases. I hope you stick around until we're back. Enjoy the rest of the show. Orion. Orion. Can you hear me, Orion? We see nothing. Infinite shadow as dark as ink stretches out before us. And then, as if a switch was flipped, we're blinded by paper-white light all around us. Words dot the space here and there. Gain, learn, fix, null, free, and, smaller than the rest, breach. Orion stands, or perhaps floats, in the center of it all, shadows wrapped around his form. The shadows begin to slowly but steadily burn away, along with the words around us, as Aleag Hoyt resumes speaking. I'm sorry, Orion Mura. Your deal with the antagonist has corrupted the magic I gave you. I do not blame you, but I must now strip this power from you for your own sake. He sighs as the shadows continue melting away. The antagonist is powerful, Orion Mura. They are hard to pin down with magic. Even your grandmother's prospicience could not see this deal ahead of time. The best I can do is remove it all. I do appreciate the work you've done for me so far. I should not do this, but I will grant you a miracle to express my gratitude. Enjoy your life, Orion. You only have the one. In an instant, the light and shadow are gone, leaving Orion in his half-built house. His phone buzzes in his pocket again and again and again, but when he pulls the device out, one notification catches his eye more than the rest. With shaking hands, he taps the voicemail. Hey silly, see you don't have your phone on you, as always. The doctors are still checking in on me, but I told them I'm fine. Hey, hurry up and head this way, okay? I'll be waiting up for you. And we're going to cut over to Margie. Margie, so you're holding a Q&A on the stage?
Yes.
Which I don't know if I really described it very much, but it is to call it a stage is being kind of generous. It's just a small wooden platform, a little bit raised from the forest floor, so that, you can be seen by everyone in the crowd.
Yeah. So Margie is gonna take, I don't know if there's enough room for her to put a chair on there, so I'm just gonna assume that she's standing. I'm just gonna say that she's standing.
Okay.
And she kind of just brings the mic to her lips and goes, all right, to be quite frank with you all, I truly have no idea what's been happening for the past. Somebody tell me what day it is. I know I must sound so crazy and what? Plagued with dementia to you all? I assure you that I'm not.
It's Saturday.
You say Saturday?
It's Saturday. Says some random in the crowd.
Well,
Unnamed NPC number 4.
yeah. And Marge says, this is gonna sound very strange to hear, but trust me, it is no stranger than me having to have lived it. But the last time I was here, the last time I remembered being in Fox Jumps, it was Thursday. I was outside Lazy Dog, painting all these signs and banners for the celebration when Jojo introduced me to his son. I didn't know he had a son. Did you all know that he had a son? That was news to me.
We do now.
Exactly.
And Jojo is kind of like, oh.
And I get a call from the post office. What's the name of the manager?
Stan.
Stan.
Although I think you called him because somebody else came to you asking about Annabella,
Mm-hmm.
and then you called him.
Okay. And Stan. Is Stan here? Stan from the post office?
Oh yeah, I'm over here, Margie.
Don't you remember our last phone call? I was asking you, where's Annabella?
Yeah, no, you sure were. And then I was like,
Yeah.
oh, she hasn't been seen since the stabbing.
Exactly.
Oh, now that I say it out loud, that's kind of messed up that I didn't. Huh. I need to reevaluate some things.
Oh, you go do that, Stan. You have my full support. And so I'm noticing to myself, Annabella's missing. People are not getting their packages delivered, and which was news to me because I work at the post office part time. As some of you may know, you see me on Tuesdays, but I'm not running my taco truck. So I go to Annabella's house, and she's missing. But you know what's the odd thing about Annabella's house? Is that the fear's still out. Kind of almost like she ran out the door and then she just disappeared. And I thought, that's kind of strange. When I got to her house, her door was unlocked. Not just unlocked, open, partially open. I mean, I know this fox jump's supposed to be relatively safe. So, I mean, sometimes I keep my door unlocked. No, not anymore. Because it sounds like people have gone into trouble when I was gone.
Yeah, that new kid crashed a car, a really fancy one.
New kid? I mean, oh shit, Orion! Orion's missing!
Oh my god.
Is this the first moment Margie has realized that since landing here?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Rip.
She has had a lot on her mind.
No, that's fair. That's fair. It's been very busy.
Yes.
I'll tell you that right now. That rich kid who crashed his car? Oh, that wasn't the real new kid. His name is Orion, by the way. We've become close after the stabbing, as you know.
After the stabbing, as you know.
You pan over to the audience and Tabs and Viola are like meeting eyes like, what the fuck is happening?
And it was a crazy story I'm telling, and I don't blame you at all if you don't believe me. But honestly, I don't really mind because I know it's the truth, whether you believe me or not. Anyway, the new kid who apparently crashed the car, that wasn't a new kid. In the same way that the Margie you saw earlier, insulting Shan like that, that wasn't the real Margie. I wonder, since real Margie is here, has Bear shown up?
Oh, yeah, I guess timeline-wise that would have still happened. Although narratively it's less necessary. But yeah, I think Bear, he was going to come in the dramatic moment to out the fake, the wolf Margie, but he's just so slow that it took him this long to get here. That's why he's like 30 minutes late in game.
Okay.
He trods onto the stage. There's a little ramp, and he just sort of plops down at your feet and is panting from the exertion. But he seems very happy to be back with you.
And Margie says, "Oh, Bear, I missed you too, little bug." And she kind of like leans down to like give him a good scratch, and then a little belly rub too.
Okay, marking one progress on your mayor thing. People love it when mayoral candidates pet dogs. I'm not joking, by the way. I actually did mark one progress on that.
Nice. And then here's where the story kind of gets a little messed up. And it's gonna be fantastical. And I don't know how to prove it to you all. I just know that it happened to me. But there was a bug on Annabella's bed. And I touched it, and I got inside the bug. I'll let you sit with that for a moment. Because I know you need it. I needed it too.
The crowd is sort of confused, and they say, inside the book?
I was inside the stories, the fable stories. You know, with the wolf and the rats. And I'm not much of a book reader. My friend Viola's the one who does that for me. I watch movies, okay? Or what? You know how a busy woman I am. I do everything in this town. You think I got time to read books? Regardless.
Viola just yells out across the crowd, Aesop's Fables.
Yeah, what she said. Aesop Fables. Whoever the fuck that baloney is. He had fucking cats chasing me. I had to, there was like a rat the size of me. You ever seen a rat size of you? You fucking lucky you haven't seen a rat size of you.
Hey, yeah, I'm from New York. We see those all the time. Man, unnamed NPC number 5 is really killing it.
Now is my time. Time moves fucking different in books, you know? You know how when you I'm assuming, Viola tells me this all the time. Apparently when you're reading a book, time passes differently. Well, it's the same when you're actually in the story. My gosh. So that's what happened to me. I was trapped in a storybook. And then I got out, and I see myself on stage being a little dick weasel about all you all. Oh, I'm so sorry that happened. So that's my time. That was my week, I suppose, from Thursday to now. What the hell did fake me do? Because I really want to apologize to you all and make up for the damage she's done. Because that ain't me, and I'm sorry she did it in my name and in my image.
I think at this point, John Noble sort of clears his throat and says, as you can see, my opponent here in the mayoral race is very addle-brained. She doesn't really seem to know what's going on. She believes in magic and fairy tales and should not be trusted in charge of this.
John Noble, you literally called yourself a wizard 2 weeks ago, okay? You called yourself a wizard. You wore a silly little hat, and you jumped out a window and flew off in a balloon. You did that. We all saw you do it. And we also saw your real estate building turn into a monstrosity of a castle. So shut your mouth, you little liar who fucking lies.
And furthermore, Margie has other people that can back her up her story.
Yeah, like who?
Myself and Viola for 2.
Who even are you?
That's so fair, though.
You haven't done a whole lot of interacting with 99% of the population.
No.
You've just spent most of your time with 2 of them.
That's Viola's nibbling. It's kind of the same way that Jojo has a son now. Get with the program, my dear.
Oh, okay, that's my mistake. Nice to meet you.
Jojo was there with us too.
And besides, I don't think that my identity matters. Margie's the one running.
Noble is glaring at you, Tabitha, and mouthing no, he's not even mouthing. He's just kind of glaring at you, glaring daggers.
Tabitha does an exaggerated shrug. Oh, what can I do?
John Noble wants me to be addle-brained, but I think I've been doing a pretty good job at being totally upfront with y'all. I know it sounds crazy. I get it. I am telling you that I get it. I'm giving you time. I'm allowing you to hold space for this fantastical story that is somehow true.
Goodness. Okay. I'm gonna have. I wasn't expecting the rolls to come so quickly. I think this will probably be the last time in this overarching scene that you roll for the mayoral thing, but because you are sort of not necessarily campaigning on the whole magic is real thing, but at least explaining it to the town, I feel like that's a big enough deal to need a roll for the mayoral thing.
Okay.
So, rolling renown again, or are you rolling something different?
Renown again. And that's a fucking 2. Damn.
Yeah, 2 2s.
Can Viola say something to help Margie in this?
Absolutely. What does Viola say?
Viola will point out to the rest of the town that John Noble may not be the most sound character. If you all recall, it wasn't that long ago that he called a town meeting at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday to tell us all that he was going to hike rent within every building in the town that he owns by 20% because his car was missing. And if that sounds like the sort of mentally stable person you would like to run your town, well, it doesn't sound like what I would like to run my town.
Damn, you got me there. Okay. That's actually, I was not expecting you to bring back that plot point either. Okay, yeah, roll, what
Oh, she's rolling
Impulse.
reason.
reason? Okay. All right.
2, 4, 5, 5.
So that's 3 successes.
Yes. Because no one wants to be called to a random meeting at 10 a.m. to be told that their rent is going up because some dude lost his car.
Truly.
Yeah. No, it's a really good argument. I think Noble was kind of hoping you'd forgotten about that, because I have it in my notes like way high up about the whole town bylaws, section 23, subsection A, line 12 was the one about not using the emergency notification system like that. And that was from March of this year.
Oh
Yes,
my
that was a
God.
while ago.
9 months ago. All right. I think Noble kind of panics just a teensy little bit, but then he recovers and he says, yes, well, I think it's important to note that this very same woman who's claiming that I should not have called a meeting about my car seems to be the one who stole my car and put cow manure in it. She recorded a video recently that I know many of you have seen saying so. And if that's the kind of company that Margie Gloucester keeps, then I don't think she is qualified for mayor either.
Viola will sigh heavily and shake her head. I didn't take the car. I didn't put shit in it. I simply approve of whoever did.
I think he is going to roll with... Oh, man, he has really high stats.
Uh-oh.
It's John Noble.
I forgot that he was kind of like a big deal, narratively. Actually, I think he's going to roll with his worst stat, which is feeling. His worst stat that he has. Because he's kind of relying on, like, no, you're the bully. You tugged on my hair first situation.
He's relying on pathos, and he's ass at pathos.
He's not great at pathos now. 1d6, and he didn't get a success. So, yeah, I think the a lot of times people are like, "Why should we care if there was poop in your car?" I do care if my rent is raised by that much because it's already pretty expensive. Viola has really swung the sort of conversation. Speaking of Viola, I think as you kind of realize that the conversation is the mood of the crowd is swinging in Margie's favor again. I think you have finally found Edward, who is just sort of on the outskirts of the crowd, just kind of staring at the ground sadly, which he tends to do, to be fair.
True enough. She'll walk up just beside him. She's not going to touch him or anything, but she'll look over and say, "Hello, Edward."
Oh, hey.
So, I hear that my doppelganger was rather terrible to you, and I apologize for that.
Yeah, no, it was, yeah, it wasn't so much what you said at the end there, the hurt. It was the fact that you gave me hope in the first place, because the turning me down, that's pretty standard at this point. But the fact that you told me you wouldn't for just that brief period of time, and that's what really stung.
Again, that was not me. But I am sorry that you had to go through that the person impersonating me did that to you.
I think I will have you roll a check like I did with Tabs and Tom to see if you get through to him.
Right. I think we'll be rolling feeling on that one.
Okay. Go for it.
Success with a 4?
Okay, yeah, I think with 1-4, a 1-3-4. I think Edward just kind of shrugs his shoulders a little bit and says, "Yeah, it's fine. I don't really like magic and monsters and all that. It's not great for me so far."
No, I imagine it hasn't been. Have you been doing okay since the whole flying monkey thing?
I had a nice bit of healing with, and he kind of gestures at Samantha across the crowd. But he says, but, boy howdy, even if it wasn't you, that sure did kind of set me back a little bit.
Again, I'm sorry about that. Have you considered visiting a psychiatrist? Or
Oh,
no, not to say that you're crazy or anything, just that it can help to talk to someone about these things. I clearly am not an ideal candidate for you to speak with about, well, me. But perhaps you might want to talk to someone, see if they can't help you get through some of this. It's quite a lot to deal with, quite frankly.
the magic or the divorce thing?
All of it, really. And when you add the two of them together, honestly, I'm surprised you're handling it as well as you are.
He kind of sniffs and then kind of wipes out his nose and he says, "Yeah, I'm not a cowardly lion anymore."
You certainly are not.
That's a good idea. I'll see if I can find someone who's in network and see if I can set up a first appointment.
Excellent. You may want to avoid talking about the magic stuff unless it's someone who's in town and has a bit of an understanding. That could get them a little more concerned than anything else. Perhaps just start with the divorce stuff.
Start with the divorce stuff. Yeah, no, that's that's probably for the best.
I'm sure I can get Margie to discount your drinks at the Lazy Dog to work through the magic end of things.
Oh, so you want me to get back into alcohol? I only recently kind of tried to.
Oh no, I am so sorry. That was a terrible suggestion. Cocoa, hot cocoa, and tea. All the hot cocoa and tea you would like.
Oh, I do like Margie's tea.
Isn't it fantastic?
A nice oolong. Sounds
Yes,
delicious.
Her oolong is amazing.
Okay.
I will make sure that Margie provides complimentary tea to soothe your soul from all of this magic stuff.
He sniffles a little bit, but he finally meets your eyes, and he gives you a shaky smile. He says, "Yeah, maybe next time we'll have to toast to moving on."
That sounds excellent.
What is Tabs doing now that you've kind of, to some extent, resolved things with Tom? Are you seeking out anyone, or just kind of standing around? What's the plan here?
What is Tom up to?
I think Tom has probably, now that he's kind of resolved things with you, he has been approached by his parents. Oh, actually, that's good. I do kind of want you to meet his parents. Damn, I had another idea, but okay.
I'm down for that.
Okay, yeah.
Unless the other idea is really good.
No, it was just going to be JoJo. No one cares about that guy.
Ah,
What a loser.
I love that guy.
Aw, gee shucks. No, I think Rebecca and Gary Atlas kind of approach you and start fretting over Tom, and they're like, "Oh my goodness, my boy running for mayor, deputy mayor, Rebecca. It's Hutch. I am so very proud of him. And you know what? Margie was right. I should be more supportive of your art. I just want you to be successful. You know, I want you to be financially sound and What she means to say, Tom, is that we're very proud of you no matter what you do, and we support you. And who's this? Is this? Oh, don't tell me this is the guy you were so sad about. Did you? You didn't hurt my son, did you? And they've turned to you, Tabitha. And you have two angry suburban parents just kind of glaring at you.
Hands up and surrender, like, oh shit, okay, cool. We're doing this. I believe we made amends. I never meant to hurt your son.
And they both look to Tom, and he just kind of shakily nods. And they say, okay. Well, in that case, it is so nice to meet you. And he offers it, Gary offers a hand for you to shake.
Tabs will shake his hand, awkwardly, albeit, but he will.
He shakes your hand very rapidly, and he says, not the firmest grip, but I suppose that's okay. And Rebecca just kind of looks at you and says, oh, Tom, you were right. He is a cutie. And Tom immediately is blushing to hell and back. Like, oh my god, Mom, you did not just say that.
Tabs is looking at Tom with this kind of like grin of like, oh, so you talk about me?
Ooh la la.
Now, what was that, Tom?
She said that, you like cuties, like the little orange things, the little orange fruit things.
Mm-hmm.
Fruit, not fruit. You don't, you're not, he turns and walks away.
Ew.
Just walks into the forest.
Tabs will follow. Gotta comfort him.
Rebecca starts to follow after, but Gary kind of holds her back and says, "Let them have their moment." Tom finds a tree in the forest and then just starts sort of slowly bonking his head against it.
Could I cast a cute dumb spell?
Absolutely, you can cast a cute dumb spell.
I want to cast a spell to like get a little flower or something magically.
Oh, what the hell? Okay, is this a new spell or are you using an existing spell?
I don't think that I could use any of my existing spells.
Let's see.
Saving this relationship with Savior.
I think that's already been done with talking. Turns out talking is the best way to save a friendship / whatever you have going on. Okay, yeah, let's quickly cast a new spell to wrap up the session. What are you casting with?
I was thinking scheme would like could work because of planning and everything for like maintaining that friendship and maybe more.
I'm winking at my laptop right now. I think that could work. It might have side effects if things go really badly, but I think that works.
So I'll just do scheme then, if that's okay.
Yeah, roll that up. Oh, that's a nice spread of letters.
First one was like peony. Second one I was thinking of was rose, and I'm like one letter short for all of these.
Oh no.
I don't know my flowers. Feel free to put in suggestions, by the way.
Could always go with win, as in win his heart.
Oh.
Ooh la la. Okay, Pan-C for pansy is a bit of a stretch.
It's really funny though. I like win best at the moment. And I feel like that might be what I go with, because I'm finding nothing flower-wise. Could we do win?
Yeah, for sure. What does this spell look like as you cast win?
Grabbing a coin from the satchel at his hip, it will slowly glisten and glimmer this golden color and then turn into a little flower. The magic drifts away, kind of dusting off of it whenever he like shifts the flower and the petals ruffle. And he'll And I imagine that this would be sort of enough to catch Tom's attention because the woods are dark and this brighter golden magic flooded through it a little bit. And so as he approaches, he'll offer it out to Tom.
Yeah, Tom is at first very impressed by like the gold, like very obvious magic. Like there's not really a rational explanation for that. And then he realizes what it is and that you're giving it to him, and the blush comes back so hard. Like, it's... I wish I had a bigger thesaurus to describe how hard he's blushing. But he just kind of goes,
You don't need to be so shy, dear.
And he slowly reaches out and takes the flower, and he isn't meeting your eyes quite, even as you tell him not to be shy. And and he sort of is looking at the flower just to keep his gaze on something else. And he says, when the not you, the fake you, right before they said all that terrible stuff about my art, they God, it's embarrassing.
What'd they say?
You called me my love. And before I was panicking because of the betrayal, I was panicking for a different reason. And sorry.
Take your time. We have plenty of it now.
And I think are you winning, son? Calls Gary from the side of the woods, and he just kind of face palms. Tom does. And he said, Dad, can I have like one moment? And Rebecca's kind of slapping Gary on the arm and saying, let our boy be.
I understand.
You do?
Maybe we could find some time to go out eventually.
To do.
To go out, just the two of us, for an evening.
Oh. I would like that.
Perfect.
And in all of the chaos and tumultuous nature of the town, with spells and wolves and storybook characters, there is a small piece of light, of hope, in this town, that even when new things are introduced and old things are torn apart, there's always the potential for something beautiful. We zoom in on the flower in Tom's hand, and we slowly fade to black.